Welcome to AI World TV, your go-to destination for everything artificial intelligence. Discover the captivating landscape of AI, where advanced technology finds real-life application. Subscribe to AI World TV for webzine articles, reports, podcasts, videos, live events, and latest trends. Hear from top industry leaders and discover how AI is transforming industries and our daily lives.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're putting a date on the calendar. February 2026. It feels like just another month, but if we believe the research we're looking at today, and this is a heavy-hitting report from the AI World Journal, this is basically the time of death for the golden age of digital advertising.
It sounds a little dramatic when you put it that way, but honestly, it's pretty accurate. We are at a massive pivot point.
I want to start by just setting the scene, because I think a lot of us still have this kind of nostalgic idea of how online ads work. You know, the good old days of, 5, maybe 10 years ago?
Exactly, the set it and forget it era. You'd go into Google or Facebook, you'd pick some keywords, something like best running shoes, throw in a credit card, set a daily budget, and then you could basically go on vacation.
Right.
You'd check the dashboard maybe once a week, and the sales would just kind of trickle in.
And it's like a vending machine. You put money in and customers came out.
Yeah.
But according to the sources we have today, that machine is completely broken. It's rusted shut. That report says that era is officially dead and buried. Completely. And it's not just that it's gotten harder, it's that the entire environment, the whole ecosystem, has become hostile to that old way of doing things. The report actually describes the current state of marketing as chaos.
Chaos is a strong word.
Yeah.
What does that actually look like for, a business trying to survive right now?
Well, imagine you're trying to have one conversation with someone, but they are constantly running between, 10 different rooms. That's media fragmentation. A few years ago, you had 2 main rooms, search and social. Now, you've got retail media like Amazon, you have connected TV, streaming services, audio, and the consumer's just bouncing between all of them constantly.
And on top of that, the lights have basically been turned off when it comes to tracking.
That's the privacy piece. We've all seen the end of the third-party cookie, GDPR, all of these new regulations. So not only are people in 10 different rooms, but you can't really follow them anymore.
You can't just tag them and chase them around the internet. Not like you used to, no.
And the third layer of this chaos sandwich is attention.
Scarcity. Absolute scarcity.
Yeah.
I mean, consumer attention spans are shorter than ever. We scroll faster. We skip ads faster. So you have a fragmented audience that is way harder to track and isn't even paying attention.
That sounds like a complete nightmare. And that's the problem section of our deep dive today. But the mission here isn't just to complain about how hard things are. We're looking at the solution proposed in the source material, which is how next-generation AI is transforming advertising performance.
And we need to be really, really precise about what we mean by AI here.
Yes, let's clear that up immediately, because when I say AI in marketing, I think most people's minds go straight to ChatGPT writing a funny Instagram caption.
Or Midjourney making a cool image.
Exactly.
That's generative AI. That's the creative side. That is not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the plumbing, the economics of it all. We're talking about autonomous agents.
Okay, let's unpack that. The source says we are moving from humans managing spreadsheets to humans managing intelligent systems. That sounds like a massive shift in responsibility.
It is. It's a shift in the core operating layer of the whole industry. We aren't talking about a tool that helps you write an email better. We are talking about a system that manages the money, the bidding, the ad placement, and the optimization all by itself.
So let's start with why the old way, the spreadsheet way, is collapsing. The source material uses some pretty strong language here. It says traditional methods are, quote, no longer sufficient. Why are they failing so hard right now?
It really just comes down to human bandwidth. I mean, think about that traditional workflow we just mentioned. You've got a marketing manager, they have a spreadsheet, they have a dashboard, they check, every morning with their copy?
Or maybe just once a week for the weekly report.
Right, on Mondays.
Right.
And that was normal when the data stream was a trickle. Now it's a fire hose. The sheer complexity means that by the time you pull that weekly report on Monday morning, the data is basically ancient history.
So you're making decisions based on what happened last Tuesday.
Exactly. You're driving while looking in the rearview mirror. The market has already moved on. Your competitors have changed their bids. Consumer interest has shifted. If you are reacting manually, you are always, by definition, too late.
And the stakes are so high. The report points out that performance expectations are rising while resources are shrinking. Advertisers are under huge pressure to lower their cost per acquisition.
So how much it costs to get a new customer?
Right. But everything around them is getting more expensive.
It's that classic do more with less trap. And if you try to solve that with just human effort, working harder, staring at the spreadsheet longer, you just burn out. The math doesn't work.
And that's where next-generation AI enters the chat. The source defines this not as a productivity tool, not just a faster calculator, but as an autonomous AI system. Its job is to plan, execute, monitor, and optimize continuously.
Continuous is the key word there. It never stops.
The article uses the term force multiplier. I love that. Let's get into the specifics. What makes this so different from just having really good software?
The source breaks it down into 3 pillars of modern ads: speed, scale, and adaptability. But to hit those, you have a massive data problem. Every single campaign generates millions of signals.
Millions. Okay, walk me through that, because if I click an ad, that's one signal, right? Where do the millions come from?
That's just the surface level.
Yeah.
But think about the context of that one click. What device are you on? Is it an iPhone 15 or an old Android? What's your battery level?
Wait, battery level is a signal? Seriously?
Absolutely. There's data showing people with a low battery are way less likely to complete a purchase because they're stressed about their phone dying. The AI knows that. It looks at the weather where you are, the time of day, the website you visited right before this one, the current auction price for that ad slot versus the historical average.
So for every single time an ad is shown, there are dozens, maybe hundreds of these variables.
Exactly. And if you are running a campaign that's serving 100,000 impressions a day,
yeah,
just do the math. That's millions of data points.
And a human brain cannot do that.
It is biologically impossible. The human looks at averages. We say, on average, men like this shoe. The AI looks at individuals. It says, this specific person right now, based on these 500 signals, is highly likely to buy.
So the AI isn't just doing what a human does, but faster. It's literally seeing things the human is blind to.
Precisely. It's anticipating the future. Instead of reporting on what happened last week, the AI acts as a continuous learning engine. It's watching every impression, every single interaction, and refining its logic in real time.
The source lists 4 specific benefits here that I want to run through because they seem really practical. The first one is accelerated deployment.
Right. This is all about the grunt work. Think about how long it takes a human team to build a massive new campaign. Researching all the keywords, building audience segments, writing ad copy, setting up tracking. It can take days, sometimes weeks, of just clicking buttons.
The boring stuff.
The necessary but very boring stuff. These new AI systems can analyze your website, look at all your historical performance, scan market conditions, and generate that entire structure in minutes.
In minutes. That is just wild. It basically builds the house for you.
And you just inspect it, yeah.
The second benefit is reduced operational load. This is the no more spreadsheets part, I'm guessing.
Yeah, ideally, yes.
Yeah.
It eliminates all that manual maintenance, the constant bid adjusting, the keyword pruning, so the humans can focus on the big picture, the strategy, and the creative direction.
Which is the part we're actually good at.
It's the part that actually requires a soul, yes.
Okay, number 3 is precision budget optimization.
This is huge for ROI. A human might set a static budget, $500 for Facebook, $500 for search, and they might change it next month. The AI moves money dynamically. It treats your budget like water. If search is really expensive today,
You are listening to the AI World Podcast, your trusted source for the latest innovations, insights, and trends in artificial intelligence, blockchain, fintech, and decentralized technologies. Each episode features expert interviews, engaging discussions, and in-depth analysis of how AI transforms industries worldwide. Stay ahead of the curve with the latest articles and exclusive reports from the AI World Journal, covering everything from emerging technologies to industry breakthroughs. For more news, global events, and access to AI World Society circle gatherings, visit us at aiworld.tv. Don't forget to subscribe to stay informed, stay connected, and be part of the AI revolution with AI World Lounge. Thank you for listening.
but connected TV is cheap and converting well, it moves the money instantly.
It goes where the performance is.
It has no loyalty to a platform, only to the result. It's ruthless with your money, but in the best possible way.
And the last one listed is consistency.
Which sounds kind of boring, but it's crucial. AI doesn't get tired, doesn't have a bad day. It doesn't forget to check a campaign on a Friday afternoon before the weekend. It doesn't break the guardrails you set. It just maintains strict adherence to the rules 24/7.
That leads us perfectly into the next segment, which is operating at machine speed. This was the part of the source material that honestly really stressed me out. The idea that these ad auctions happen in milliseconds.
It is stressful if you're trying to compete manually. The digital auction, where the ad space is actually bought and sold, happens in the blink of an eye. When you load a web page, in that split second before the content appears, an auction has already happened. Bids were placed, a winner was chosen.
And if your whole system relies on a human reviewing a report,
You have massive latency. You are literally weeks behind. It's like bringing a knife to a nuclear fight.
and the source points out, humans sleep, the market doesn't.
Exactly. So the AI provides that 204/7 vigilance. But what's fascinating here is what the AI is actually looking at during those milliseconds. We mentioned signals earlier. It's not just, did they click?
Right, the report lists some really specific things, like behavioral signals. What does that even mean in this context?
So these are the subtle interactions that show intent before a sale actually happens. Maybe it's how someone scrolls. Do they scroll fast or slow? How long do they hover their mouse over an image? Do they read all the reviews or just the headline?
So it can tell the difference between a window shopper and a buyer just by how they move their mouse.
Yes. And it adjusts the bid accordingly. If it sees buyer behavior, it bids high to win that ad slot. If it sees browser behavior, it saves your money.
Here's one I found really interesting. Creative fatigue. I've definitely felt this as a user. You see the same ad 5 times and you just start to hate the brand.
Oh, we all have. It actually damages the brand's equity. And usually, a human marketer only notices that after the performance is already tanked, when the click-through rate drops off a cliff.
Oh no, nobody likes our ad anymore.
Right, but it's too late. The damage is done. The AI can detect the early warning signs, these tiny microdrops in engagement, that show an audience is getting bored of an image before the performance actually drops.
Yeah.
Then it can rotate a new creator automatically to keep things fresh.
That saves the brand's reputation, essentially. And speaking of reputation, frequency controls.
Same idea. It stops the system from just annoying people. If you overexpose a user to your ad, you're wasting money and you're damaging your own brand. The AI monitors that saturation level constantly.
And finally, market volatility. This feels very, very relevant for 2026.
It's the ability to react instantly.
Right.
Let's say a competitor suddenly drops a huge budget and floods the auction. Prices spike. A human might not notice for days, and you just burn through your budget buying super expensive ads.
The AI sees that spike immediately.
And it pulls back. It says, nope, too rich for my blood, I'll wait. It preserves your budget for when prices stabilize.
Right.
Or, conversely, if consumer demand spikes because of a news event, the AI leans in to capture all that traffic.
It's like having a stock trader that never sleeps watching your ads.
That's a very good analogy.
Yeah.
It really is high-frequency trading for marketing.
So we've talked about the what and the why. Now I want to talk about the how. The source material gives us a specific case study here. The AI A2MS ads agent.
Right.
Now, we aren't here to sell AI A2MS, but the report uses it as the archetype for this kind of technology. It defines it as an advertising agent. So how is an agent different from just a smart algorithm? We've had algorithms for years.
The key word is life cycle. An algorithm might optimize one little thing, like a bid. An agent manages the entire life cycle. And the AI A2MS example is fascinating because it's described as a full-stack automation tool.
And it also mentions that it integrates directly with the Google Ads API. Why does that specific detail matter?
Oh, it matters a lot because it's not just an overlay. It's not a browser extension sitting on top of the tool. It's plugging directly into the engine room. By using the API, it operates natively within the ecosystem. It removes friction, removes data gaps. It can see things the dashboard doesn't even show you.
So how does a human actually use this thing, this AI A2MS agent? The source says it's goal-driven.
Right, so this changes the whole interface. Instead of the human saying, I want to bid $2 on the keyword running shoes, the human says, I want to get new leads for under $50.
You give it the destination, not the turn-by-turn directions?
Exactly. The human sets the business objective. The agent then translates that into the campaign architecture. It picks the keywords, it finds the right audiences, it sets the bids, all of it.
And it has adaptive logic.
Yeah, that means it's not just following some static rule book. It refines keywords and audiences based on live data. If running shoes stops working and jogging sneaker starts working, it just switches. It learns. It doesn't have an ego about which keyword is the best.
The self-learning aspect seems to be the holy grail here. The report says it identifies patterns and improves over time without being told to.
That's the real difference between a tool and an intelligence. A tool just waits for you to fix it. An intelligent agent can actually diagnose the problem and then fix itself.
Okay, there is one feature listed here that made me raise an eyebrow. Automated scaling.
Ah, yes. The scary part.
It says if something is working, the agent will automatically expand the budget. My immediate thought is, what if it goes rogue, What if I wake up and I've spent $1 million?
That is the #1 fear that marketers have. But the report is very clear about strict efficiency thresholds.
So there are guardrails.
Hard guardrails. You tell the agent, you can spend as much as you want as long as every sale costs me less than $20.
Okay.
If the agent finds a pocket of inventory where it can get sales for $19, why wouldn't you want it to spend more? It's basically printing money for you.
That's a good point. As long as the math holds, scale it to the moon.
Exactly. But the moment the cost hits $20.01, the agent stops scaling. It's disciplined in a way that humans, we struggle to be. We get emotional. We want to win the option. The agent just does the math.
This brings us to the big paradigm shift that's described in the final section, from tools to intelligence.
This is the philosophical shift. For the last 20 years, we've been using software tools. And a tool is passive. It just sits there until you pick it up. Microsoft Excel does nothing until you start typing in it.
Right. It waits for you.
But intelligent systems are active. They observe the environment. They make decisions on their own. They learn from the outcomes. And they refine their behavior autonomously. They don't wait for your permission to fix a problem.
The report mentions that the agent can diagnose a root cause and fix it before a human even opens their laptop. That sounds amazing, but also, does it mean the human is obsolete?
It's the question of the decade, isn't it? And the source is very careful to address this. It says this does not replace the marketer, but it completely changes their job description.
How so?
So humans retain control over the big stuff. Brand strategy, messaging, business objectives, the executional complexity, all the bidding, the button pushing, the spreadsheet management that goes to the AI.
So the human becomes the pilot or maybe the architect, and the AI is the engine or the construction crew.
Think of it as moving from human-operated to human-supervised. You are guiding the system, you're checking its work, you're setting the goals, but you aren't turning the crank anymore.
Which, honestly, sounds like a much better job.
It allows for more creativity, more strategic thinking, but it does require a different skill set. You have to understand how to manage the machine. You have to be a systems thinker.
So, to wrap this all up, the source material suggests that in the coming decade, the competitive advantage isn't going to be who has the smartest marketing manager working the longest hours.
No. It won't be about who has the best spreadsheet. It will be about who deploys the best intelligent agents. The organizations that can embrace this shift, that can give up that manual control for autonomous performance, are the ones that are going to win.
Because they're operating at machine speed and everyone else is stuck at human speed.
And in a digital market, machine speed always wins.
So here's the final thought I want to leave our listeners with today. It's something I've been chewing on while reading this whole report.
Go for it.
We've just described a world where the execution of advertising becomes perfect. Every brand has an agent. Every agent optimizes perfectly. They all bid the perfect amount at the perfect time.
The playing field starts to level out.
Right. So if the math part is neutralized because everyone has the superbot, does the winner swing back to the creative? Does the brand with the best product and the best story just win again?
That is the multi-billion-dollar question. When the algorithm becomes a commodity, the magic has to come from somewhere else. I suspect you're right. We might see a renaissance of creativity because the math is finally taken care of.
A fascinating paradox. The more robotic the process becomes, the more human the advantage might be.
I love that.
Thank you for helping us unpack the future of advertising.
It's always a pleasure.
And thank you for listening. We'll see you on the next deep dive.
The future of artificial intelligence is unfolding, and it's happening at AI World Week, the flagship global event for innovation, collaboration, and transformation. This flagship global AI event is designed to connect visionary leaders, trailblazing entrepreneurs, and influential thinkers to explore the endless possibilities of AI. Experience groundbreaking technology that redefines industries and inspires progress. Join thought-provoking discussions on ethical AI, digital equity, and the transformative role of technology in our world. Build meaningful connections that catalyze innovation and drive impact. AI World Week is powered by AI World Society, a global movement dedicated to advancing AI responsibly and ensuring it serves humanity. Together, we're shaping a smarter, more inclusive, and equitable future. Continue your journey beyond the event with the AI World Journal, offering expert insights, in-depth analysis, and the latest trends shaping the AI landscape. This is your opportunity to lead, to innovate, and to transform the world with AI. AI World Week. We invite you to join us and embrace the AI revolution.